Hello and welcome to the Gavitt Tip-Off here from College Park, Maryland at the Xfinity Center between the Maryland Terrapins and the Georgetown Hoyas. This is one of a series of season opening games between the Big Ten and the Big East. Here is number 3 ranked Maryland versus Georgetown. I'm Ilya Jutomirsky for WMUC, and these programs here both have historical traditions of success. Maryland has won a national title in 2002, has had 15 NCAA tournament appearances, and has several winning coaches, including Gary Williams, Lefty Driesell, and currently Mark Turgeon. Georgetown, on the other hand, they have produced successful NBA players such as Patrick Ewing and Allen Iverson, and they have multiple championships and NCAA tournament appearances under coaches father and son, John Thompson Jr. and John Thompson III. And we're getting set for tip-off tonight between Kearney and... Now, Georgetown has won the toss. Goes Copeland. Copeland fires for 3 and gets the opening basket. Trimble pass up to Suleiman. Suleiman leaves for Trimble, and a 3-pointer from the corner by Wiley. Good. Nah, 3-pointer by Wiley misses. Here's a shot, and Georgetown spring off to a 5-0 lead. Here goes Trimble, cutting in and out with a pass for Suleiman. Suleiman pass to the wing. A 3-point jumper by Wiley. This attempt again is no good. Georgetown in control. So far, 1 minute has passed in the first half. With a score Georgetown 5, Maryland 0. Smith Rivera setting up the offense, passed it to Copeland. Copeland to Hayes. And here's a layup attempt. Hayes with the rebound, puts it up. This one's in. 7 points for Georgetown. And it looks like Maryland is being outmatched early. Now Maryland need to play at their tempo. They need to go deeper into the shot clock and get good possessions, because so far they've not had good looks. Whereas Georgetown, they've been able to screen and run their plays efficiently. And now there's a turnover as the ball was tipped out of bounds. And John Thompson III, again, 20-plus wins in 8 out of his 11 seasons at Georgetown. Georgetown, they definitely look like the better team so far. As Copeland passes for Hayes to Smith Rivera. Smith Rivera pass across to 3-point shot, misses. Maryland with the rebound. 33 on for Suleiman. Suleiman, a pass, that one got tipped. And yet another turnover for Maryland, at least 4 in the opening half. That's definitely something Turgeon will have to talk to his guys about. As another made basket by Georgetown. Trimble, Mello Trimble, the Oxon Hill product. Georgetown so far has hit 4 of 6 field goals. Maryland so far 0 on 3 attempts. Pass goes back to Trimble. Trimble into the key. He mishandles. Passes off for Suleiman. Suleiman along 2, and that's the first basket of the day for the Terrapins. Good job. And the student section applauding appreciatively. Smith Rivera finds Copeland. The return pass to C.J. Hawk. And another layup attempt by Georgetown. This one is no good, as Robert Carter there to contest. And Suleiman pass to the corner. Back to Suleiman. Up for Trimble. Trimble plays it inside for Carter. Carter posting up. Can't get the shot to go, but there's a foul. Maryland went to the NCAA third round last year, and Mark Turgeon was named the Big Ten Coach of the Year for 2015. And here's Carter attempting the first of 2 free throws. That one's good. Nothing but net. And here's the second shot by Carter. Also good now. Maryland's cut a 9-point lead down to 5. Smith Rivera has the ball across the timeline. Finds a man onto Derrickson. Marcus Derrickson takes it to the hoop, but that one is taken off the glass by Carter. Robert Carter doing an excellent job on defense, but unfortunately the Terps' defense as an offensive effort has not yet translated to offense. Suleiman sets up a jumper, and Diamond Stone hits that. Good shot as the Terrapins cut it down to 3. Now it looks like the Terrapins are a team on a mission. And what was that? I think he was trying to invoke the advantage law here, but that's the wrong sport. Well, Maryland gets a good look for 3, but they cannot hit it. Maybe this will be the theme of the game, execution. And there's a foul on a drive to the basket by CJ Hawk. Excuse me, number 0 it was. And he got fouled. Let's pause 20 seconds for station identification on the WMUC, University of Maryland Sports Radio Network. As this game brought to you by Infinity. 15:49 to go in the first period. Georgetown leading number 3 Maryland by 9-6. Let's take a look at a few highlights of Melo Trimble. 16.2 points per game, 3 assists and 1.3 steals. An all Big Ten player. This guy can be a difference maker. In this game, he's not really been a factor. Let's see if he can get onto his game, as Georgetown will have 2 free throws. Following the foul, Hawk lines up his first, hits it. Substitutes will be coming in right now. LJ Peak, that was not Hawk. Sorry, and LJ Peak hits the free throw. And now Trey Campbell comes in. Now Terrapins take it in. Trimble finds a man. He passes it. That was Carter. Carter passes it off to Suleiman. Carter looking to possibly set a screen. Back to Suleiman. Suleiman Trimble playing a 2-man game. Back to Carter. Pass goes inside, and Diamond misses the shot. I know he was contested, but still, that's a shot you should make if you're a center. And a 3-point bid by Georgetown off the rim. Suleiman turns it the other way. Trimble trying to cut. And a 3-point bid by Jake Lamon. Well, there's a media timeout for some reason. And again, we'll pause 20 seconds for station identification on the WMUC radio network. That shot missed, by the way. So pass to Trimble. Trimble setting up Suleiman. Suleiman back for Trimble. Suleiman and Trimble running a 2-man game. A lot of cutting. Screen set by Carter. And a score! Suleiman drains that shot, and now it's a 3-point game again after the 2 free throws. Rashid Suleiman being a factor. 4 points, 2 of 2 on his field goal attempts, and that's a good steal. Rashid Suleiman with another excellent play. Up for Carter, alley-oop, this one's good! Maryland is within 1 point now! And the student section is sure animated. 14:30 to go. Georgetown attacking right to left. Georgetown starting 4 for 5 on their shooting, Maryland 5 for 6. This game has been a lot closer, and that's a block. Georgetown trying to penetrate inside. Copeland takes it. Copeland tries to get a shot off, but there was a foul, and I think Dodd may have been involved. And a play by Suleiman. Suleiman might make the case to become a full-time starter, or maybe even work his name into the NBA draft conversation. The way he's been playing today, if he can keep it up the rest of the season. Rivera, Smith Rivera, fires a pass off to 15, back to Copeland, back to Rivera from three-point land, no good. And play gets stopped. And a foul being called against Georgetown. Well, with rebounding fouls, they're usually called if there was a possession consequence, and the Maryland player was pushed and lost the ball, so that's a good call by the officiating crew. Trimble fires a pass off to Suleiman, back to Trimble. Trimble finds Wilkins. Suleiman sets it back up for Trimble. Trimble and Suleiman. This two-man game has been very effective for Maryland. Another pass for Suleiman. Suleiman cutting to the basket. He fumbles, but it's put in. Mikhail Tchaikovsky with the dunk, and now Maryland has their first lead of the game. Georgetown started the game off hot, but they have not scored a field goal in over 4 minutes. This is interesting. Is this because Maryland's defense has become more effective? Tchaikovsky being bullied in the paint, but he gets the rebound. He contests the shot and gets a rebound. Good play by the reserve center. Here goes Trimble. Trimble from three-point land. No good. Not very many three-point attempts have been hit today. And that one is again missed. And Dodd cannot secure the rebound. Georgetown takes it the other way. And a pass up top. Ball worked into the low post. Tchaikovsky being the player that is getting worked against. A three-point shot. It goes in, but there was a foul before the shot, before the pass and shot. Tchaikovsky playing well offensively and defensively. And Maryland has possession, so it appears the foul was against a Georgetown player. Suleiman takes the ball across the timeline, playing a more traditional point guard role. Pass goes for Dodd. Dodd. Oh, and that pass was out of bounds. Tchaikovsky tried to hit Lehman, but he couldn't. 12-12 to go in the first half. Maryland leading Georgetown 12-11 here from College Park at the Xfinity Center. Copeland with a dribble. Finds a man. It's back for Copeland, but uh-oh, that's fumbled and dribbled out of bounds by Georgetown. It was Reggie Cameron who tried to gain control, but his efforts were unsuccessful as he ends up batting the ball out of bounds. And here is Joe Smith, a Maryland alumnus who played between 1993 and 95. And this was a game of Maryland Georgetown that the Terrapins won in overtime back in the day. And Smith is also one of the one of the honored numbers, number 32. And this is the first meeting between both schools in the DC area since 1993, and Maryland has an advantage with a 36-27 record in the series. But the ball looks to have hit a Maryland player first, so Georgetown's getting the throw-in. Ball's tipped, Tchaikovsky takes over. Maryland going down the floor, and Wickens misses the three-point bid. Dodd, Tchaikovsky, back to Suleiman. Suleiman puts the ball on the floor, looking to dribble past his man. He gets a screen. Suleiman finds Dodd. Dodd pass to the middle for Tchaikovsky. And looks like a 3-second violation because Tchaikovsky was in the lane way too long. On 34 to go, Devonta Smith-Rivera receives his throw-in, and we are underway. Georgetown lost their first game of the season. Maryland won. Let's see if Georgetown can change that record. And now Trimble reaches in for the steal, but apparently there was a foul involved. And it looks like Trimble is the guilty party. No. It was the Georgetown player. Georgetown so far guilty of 4 fouls, Maryland of 3. Here comes Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky to Lehman. Lehman finds Trimble. Trimble cutting to the basket, and a layup is in! He scores! And play is stopped, so I suspect there might be a foul against Georgetown. Yes, there was. There was a block by the center 42, Bradley Hayes. But it might have happened before the shot, so that basket doesn't count. Pass goes up for Suleiman making the catch. He finds Carter. Carter trying to dribble past his man. Finds Trimble. Trimble receives the pass back to Wickens. Trimble and Wickens exchanging to Tchaikovsky, and this one's turned over. Georgetown going the other way. Here comes Smith-Rivera with it. Smith-Rivera finds a man open, and it's Reggie Cameron. He hits the basket. No, he missed. And Reggie Cameron misses a wide open opportunity. He had it handed to him on a silver platter. Jared Wickens finds Robert Carter. Carter sets it back up. Out to Trimble. Trimble finds a man. It's Tchaikovsky. And there's another foul called in the post. And Hayes doesn't look too happy about it. And I'd have thought it was a player control foul based on the context, but Hayes stuck his knee out to impede Tchaikovsky. Here's a throw-in. Trimble secures the ball, finds Lehman, down for Carter. Carter puts a shot up and in! And finally, we have another score. Maryland is in the bonus situation with 6 fouls in the half. Well, high school and college rules for the bonus are different. In high school, you have to have 7 fouls in a half to qualify for the bonus. In college, it's 6. And Georgetown calls a timeout. Yeah. There's a stoppage of play. The throw-in pass is successful. Hayes gets it over to Johns. And Georgetown gets a basket. Now it's 14-14, a three-pointer. Devontae Smith-Rivera with the basket. And now it's Trimble. Trimble on the dribble. Gets a screen. Finds Carter. Carter past to Tchaikovsky. And Butterfingers. There was a turnover by Dodd in the post. Georgetown 1 of 7 in the latest field goals, and that's an uncontested layup. Not what you'd expect from Maryland with their defensive abilities. Still Suleiman with possession. Suleiman finds Lehman. Lehman finds Carter. Back for Lehman. Lehman for 3. Oh, and that one missed, but there's a foul. I thought Trimble might be the highlight reel, but it's Rashid Suleiman putting points on the board. First a long 2, then an assist underneath. And turns out Suleiman's the best player Maryland's had. And whoop. Looks like Trimble deflected the ball, so that's no back court. The man is wide open. 24. Derrickson gets a pass off for Hayes. Hayes misses the shot, and Tchaikovsky, what in the world was that? Goes a pass inside. Dodd, layup attempt. That one's missed. Rebound bounces around Carter, and Carter was out of bounds when he got it. Still a very athletic play to try to secure the rebound. Just unlucky in terms of where he was. At 8:15 left in the first half, Georgetown leads Maryland 16-14. Each team still has their full complement of timeouts available. And Trimble now subs out. Smith-Rivera finds Derrickson. Derrickson launches up a 3. That one does not make it. Pass goes up for Suleiman. Suleiman sends it inside. There's a closely guarded count, but Carter dribbles, picks up the dribble and scores. He ties the game. 7 minutes, 45 seconds. And this game is now even again. Smith-Rivera cuts, shoots, misses. Robert Carter, the other impact scorer for Maryland, he scored 3 field goals and 2 free throws. Maryland so far has not been successful on a 3-point shot. And there's a timeout called. Not called by Georgetown. Here's Carter's basket. And he created spacing to get away from his defender and put up a fadeaway jump shot to tie the game. That's good instincts by the young power forward. And as the teams take a timeout, we will take a 20-second timeout for station identification on the WMUC radio network. Dodd has been fouled. Excuse me, that was Diamond Stone was fouled, and he made the first free throw of the 1-and-1. Now, Stone, the number 2 ranked center in the class of 2015, he hits another one. And now Maryland is up to a 2-point lead. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the first half. Georgetown attacking from right to left. Here's Copeland. Copeland looks for a man, hands it off on the screen. It's Rivera. This one's blocked. Maryland's going the other way. Here's Trimble, and he's fouled. He tried for the layup, but he had contact from behind and couldn't get the finish. Still, he's going to get the chance to earn the 2 points at the free throw line. Duke VCU and Wisconsin Georgetown will be playing in Madison Square Garden for the 2K Classic later. As Trimble misses his first shot. At 16.2 points per game last season, 41% on threes, and he rims out on the second free throw. And Maryland with a better field goal percentage overall in the half, but they've not made a single three-pointer this game. Derrickson passes it off, and Georgetown gets another one to tie the game. Here comes Carter. Carter restarting the play on the throw-in. Game is tied at 18, 6.5 to go in the first half. Stone looks for a move, but he can't get it. Here's a list of all the upsets. It's Radford beat Georgetown in an unexpected game. And it was Stone was fouled. First shot, good. And Jesse Govan, number 15, he has 2 points, but he's also fouled twice, which isn't exactly the best showing. And Stone misses the free throw. Rebound picked up by Georgetown. They're currently trailing by 1. A little over 6 minutes to go. Pass goes on to Derrickson. Derrickson finds Smith Rivera. With number 2, he sets up a teammate. A three-point shot is good. And Georgetown hits the 3. It's Derrickson. And now it's a 2-point lead for Georgetown. Stone finds his man. He hits Trimble. And there's a foul. Now it's going the other way. An excellent play by Smith Rivera to find Derrickson. He was left wide open. The defender only came over to him at the last second. And one more foul by Maryland could possibly put Georgetown in the bonus. Here comes Derrickson. One successful three-pointer already. Can he make it 2? Pass back. And now Georgetown make it 2. LJ Peak with another point. Here goes Rashid Suleiman cutting down the left-hand lane. Finds Carter, puts it up. That one's through. And Maryland are now within 1. Robert Carter, he scored 10 points this half. That's about half of Maryland's offense. Runs through the power forward. And a three-pointer. That one is good. Georgetown now makes it a 5-point difference. And Derrickson has been cooking from downtown. 4:44 to go in the first half. Here comes Rashid Suleiman. Finds a man. Goes back to 11. He misses. And Wickens couldn't get that one. And here's Peak. He hits a 2. And that is just frustrating for the Terrapins, who take a timeout. They had the lead earlier this half. Now it's a 7-point differential, as Georgetown is now clicking on all cylinders on offense. And they are not letting Maryland get any good chances on defense. And this game is brought to you by Constant Contact, Infinity, and Geico. 15 minutes can save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us on the web at www.geico.com. Coming up will be the halftime report brought to you by Land Rover. And with 4:25 remaining in the Gavitt tip-off, Georgetown leads Maryland 28-21 from the Xfinity Center in College Park, Maryland. Everyone's ready. They're back on the court. And we will shortly be underway. Pass to Suleiman. Suleiman gets it into the post for Carter, for Trimble, for three. Good! Trimble hits the tray. And now it's a 4-point game. Maryland has finally awoken from behind the arc. Here goes Copeland. He finds a man. It was Derrickson. And Campbell with a pass. 3-point bid is missed. Georgetown doing better on three-pointers, but it was Maryland that hit the last three. Suleiman finds Trimble. Trimble trying to reset the offense. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:35 on the game clock. Well, Carter, Lehman, and Tchaikovsky on the floor. And woo! Suleiman fell down, and Tchaikovsky with a dunk. He's brought the lead back down to 2. And this student section is getting a little more pumped as the Terrapins claw their way back into the game. He has 4 points and 2 rebounds. Excellent contribution so far in this first half from a reserve center. And there's a steal. Terrapins are going back. 3-point bid. Good! Trimble hits it. Maryland takes the lead. 3 minutes to go. This is an excellent run by Maryland to get not only back into this game, but back into the driver's seat. So whatever Turgeon said in this timeout, it must have worked wonders. Here's Campbell. Campbell passing around as Maryland had an 8-0 run in the last 3 minutes. And that's a 3-pointer by Georgetown to take the lead back. And just as we were speaking about how good Maryland was, Isaac Copeland knocked down a 3 to show that Georgetown wasn't done yet. As Lehman makes the pass off to Suleiman. Suleiman to Trimble. Trimble gets off the screen by Tchaikovsky. Lehman from the corner for 3. This one is missed. Rebound gets picked up by Georgetown. There are several substitutes congregating near the scorer's table. 2 minutes to go. Comes a pass. A shot. That one is missed. Georgetown having a case of the yips right now as Trimble goes to the basket and is fouled. He will have 2 shots and an opportunity to tie the game. 1:48 to go in the first half. Maryland currently trailing by 2 points, 31-29, as a consequence of the 3-pointer by Copeland. And it's now Georgetown that's called a timeout. And again, let's take a 20-second timeout for station identification on the WMUC University of Maryland College Park Sports Radio Network. Trimble hits the first shot. Now it's a 1-point game. Everything's going live as soon as the ball hits the rim, and Trimble misses. He doesn't tie the game just yet. 1:40 to go. Georgetown with possession. Georgetown has committed 10 fouls to Maryland's 5. So 1 foul by Maryland will put Georgetown into the bonus. Maryland's in the double bonus. 9 seconds on the shot clock. This is the longest a possession has gone for the Hoyas without a shot being taken. And a 3-point bid. That one is way off the mark. Tchaikovsky picked it off. And I think that Georgetown hoisted it more to prevent a shot clock violation than anything else. Tchaikovsky sets a screen up top. Rashid Suleiman, he gets cut off, fires a pass back to Trimble. Lehman does not have a point, but he has 3 rebounds, and uh-oh, there's a turnover. 50 seconds to go. Georgetown might have the chance to close off the half with some points. And here's a drive. Hayes scores on the hook shot. And now it's a 3-point game. Bradley Hayes, 4 points, 3 rebounds. Let's see what Maryland does. Are they going to try for 2? Or are they going to take a risk and go for a 3-point shot, tie it up? Lehman, pass to Suleiman. He hits the 3! Unbelievable! 20 seconds remaining in the half, and Maryland ties it. And Rashid Suleiman, 7.6 assists. He's the second biggest scorer apart from Carter. And Trimble has also started to contribute. 3-point shot, no time to go. It's in, but that's no basket. It was released too late. And so an amazing effort by Derrickson will not even be recorded. As both teams go to the locker room tied at 33. I thought that this would be a competitive game and a barn burner, and this it is at the end of one half. It is Maryland 33, Georgetown 33. And again, Derrickson launches the shot just too late. It has to be at least 0.3 seconds on the clock to launch a shot, and it was in his hands at 0.2 seconds that he released it. I know this is a little nitpicky. Well, it's a 0.1 by the time it leaves his hand. It's a little nitpicky, but he did not beat the buzzer. And that's a good job by today's officiating crew going to the monitor. At the end of one, it is Maryland 33, Georgetown 33 on the WMUC radio network. So far, this game has been a game of runs. First, Georgetown 9-0, Maryland 14-2, Georgetown with a run, and Maryland with another run. And that's why this game is tied. And we will go on to the Land Rover halftime report. And we are underway, and we will soon be underway for the second half of the Gavitt tip-off here from College Park and the Xfinity Center, where the University of Maryland Terrapins host the Georgetown Hoyas. And what are going to be the keys to the game for both squads? Well, I'll say that both teams need to be consistent on defense, and Maryland, they need to be able to space out the Georgetown defense to get the ball into the hands of Trimble and Suleiman. And if they can get the outside game going, get the ball inside to players like Carter and Tchaikovsky to consistently score points. And if they can score from both inside and outside, they'll be devastating on offense. On defense, they have to do a better job covering Derrickson and the guards for Georgetown, because this Hoyas offense has shown you it can bomb from long range. And they can get points from inside, but Georgetown seems to be doing better when they get space and time to shoot. Maryland's defense will have to take that away. For Georgetown, The keys will be disrupting the ball handlers and taking away the passing option so that the two-man game between Trimble and Suleiman, which was very effective in the first half, doesn't materialize in the second. And we will begin the second half of play with the alternating possession throw-in to Maryland. Georgetown won the tip-off. They won the toss in the first half, so Maryland gets possession. It's been an even game. Both teams equal in rebounds. Maryland one more assist. Both teams even on turnovers, blocks. And here comes Suleiman cutting to the basket, leaves it for Layman, Trimble, misses. That one rimmed out. Georgetown going back the other way. Derrickson, dangerous from three-point land, takes a mid-range jumper. That one misses. And Dodd narrowly avoided a travel. And Robert Carter and Rashid Suleiman both transferred to Maryland, but so far the transfers have had a big impact. About half of the team's points, 17 out of 33. Goes Suleiman, finds Layman. Layman shoots off the rim. And a foul being called. So now Layman gets a chance for his first points of the game. He's 0 for 4 on field goals, but he'll be shooting from the line with no one to contest him. Jake Layman gets his first to go, and now that's the first point of the half. And Maryland takes a 1-point lead. 19:03 to go. Layman with the second one. Also good. And now it's a 2-point game. Ball gets taken out by Peak. Peak to Smith Rivera, back for Peak. Georgetown passes it inside for Hayes. Hayes trying to post up Dodd. And that one is put back. I thought that Stone would have had possession, but he didn't. And Marcus Derrickson, 8 points, 3 rebounds. He's shown what he can do on offense for Georgetown. Suleiman along two. That one rims out. Stone had a fingertip on the rebound, but he could not possess it. Georgetown saves the ball from going out of bounds. They take it up. Smith Rivera at the three-point line, passes inside for Hayes. Hayes in with a hook shot. That one misses. Game now tied at 35. A little over 18 minutes to go. Here comes Carter. Carter to the corner. There's a foul, and it looks like a player control foul. Yes, it is, and it's Carter, the guilty party. He was trying to pass, but he crashed into Smith Rivera. Devonta Smith Rivera was set up legally, so Carter could not have legally made that move that he did. It was his obligation to avoid contact. He did not, and that's why Georgetown has possession the other way instead of 3 points for the Terrapins. And that one's laid in by Hayes. Georgetown has the lead for the first time since the first half. Here's Layman, who's given both points to Maryland in the half. And whoa! What in the world was that? Trimble was fouled as he was trying to shoot, but that looked like a chokehold. Diamond Stone trying to defend Hayes, but he gets caught a little too far up court. And Hayes scores on the other end to gain the lead, but on the other hand, he makes a bonehead play by fouling Trimble on the shot. So Trimble with 7 points makes it 8. With 17:44 to go in the half, Trimble has a chance to make another free throw and tie the game. And that's exactly what he does. 37-37. And Georgetown will inbound. Shot clock on, game clock on, we are underway. Smith Rivera, he's open. tries to cut past two men, but he has to leave it back for Derrickson instead. Hayes for Smith Rivera. Rivera finds Copeland. Peak back to Smith Rivera. Smith Rivera trying to cut in the middle of the action, and he makes it. That finger roll goes through. Devonta Smith Rivera with 8 points on 3 of 8 shooting. 17 minutes, 10 seconds. Here goes Trimble. Georgetown shooting at a 47% clip, Maryland 46, and Stone goes to the basket. And he's blocked. Hayes tries to lay it in, and a dunk! What a thundering slam by Copeland. And Georgetown now takes a 4-point lead. So far we have a substitute reported to the table for Maryland. 16:40 to go in the second half. 41-37. Here goes Carter. Carter passes for Lamon. But Lamon can't get that one to go. Suleiman. Carter shoots, misses, and the ball fumbled out of bounds. Who has it? Georgetown does. It's an excellent bounce pass. Was able to draw Hayes was able to fake Lamon out of his shoes. He missed the shot, but then Copeland made an excellent finish. Donovan Stone has 5 points and 3 fouls. That's definitely got to be a concern for Coach Turgeon. And Dodd is in the game. And Georgetown misses. It looks to have been a foul, canceling the steal. See what that play was. And yes, Lamon was the guilty party. He dragged Copeland. And that one's picked up, passed off for Peak. That one misses the mark. Smith Rivera, 16 minutes to go in the half. He's trying to size up his man. Goes to the left on the dribble against Suleiman. Here goes Copeland. Copeland pass, score! Hayes with a dunk. And now it's 43-37 in favor of Georgetown. Bradley Hayes, 8 points, 4 of 8 shooting. And Georgetown has had a decisive advantage in second chance points, 8-0. And Maryland is playing out of control. I don't know what has happened, but it looks like the Terrapins game is broken down. On offense and on defense. And Lamon and Trimble have contributed the only points of the half on free throws. Maryland really needs a timeout right now to get their composure and their focus back, because it's been almost all Georgetown this half. 15:33 to go. And here are the commissioners of both conferences. The Big East Commissioner Val Ackerman and Jim Delaney of the Big Ten. Wickens takes it. Makes a pass up top for Carter. Back for Wickens. To Trimble. And Trimble dribbled into a Georgetown player. So the fouls are 4-3 this half, and Georgetown's committed one more than Maryland, but Trimble was not at fault because the call was blocking. Here goes Suleiman to the corner, three-pointer missed, and Wickens couldn't get that one. Ball deflects out of bounds, and it's going to go Maryland's way. 15:07. And this is a big break for the Terrapins. Wickens passes it up. Trimble catches it on the jump. Fires the pass. Now Maryland really needs to get their cut and screen game going, because that's what got them most of their points in the first half, and they're static. Here's Carter. To tosses it out to Suleiman. Suleiman cutting for the basket, misses. Georgetown appears to be in perfect control right now. Derrickson leaves it off. Pass goes to Copeland. Copeland finds a man. It's Derrickson, and the shot is missed, and there's a foul. And it looks like Dodd is the guilty party. And we'll pause 20 seconds for station identification on the WMUC radio network. 14:29 to go in the second period. And the first shot rims out. There's Scott Van Pelt from the Maryland class in 1988. First shot misses. Both teams are getting set for the second shot. That one's good. Now it's 44-37. It's a 7-point lead for Georgetown. Suleiman, Trimble, Carter, Nickens, and Dodd are on the floor. It's Carter and it's Derrickson, Johnson, Govan, Copeland, and Smith Rivera on the floor. Here goes Trimble. Trimble tries to finds a man. It's Suleiman. Trimble catches the errant pass. Trimble and Suleiman on the exchange. Here's Lehman. Lehman cutting to the basket against two players. There's a foul. And Lehman again doing the right thing by drawing a foul. The games are going to be Temple, Minnesota, Butler, Missouri State, and Utah versus Texas Tech. All next Thursday. And the first shot by Lehman goes in. Here's another shot. That one misses. Maryland has scored 5 points in this half, all 5 on free throws, and Devonta Smith-Rivera has contributed with 8 points, but 4 fouls. Well, that's why Thompson wanted to sit him down this early. And that's a steal! Taken the other way, here's Trimble, lays it up! Trimble makes it timber with... And it's now a 4-point deficit for Maryland. Trimble, a contributor with 11 points and 2 steals. And he tries to back down Suleiman. Layup attempt, misses. Rebound, put up, and there's a foul. And right after Trimble with an excellent play to steal the ball and lay it in to reduce the deficit to 4. Maryland makes a bonehead play to foul the rebounder and put a man on the line for 2, and now Trimble looks to be substituted off. Peak scores on the first shot. Here's the second shot. Maryland 5 fouls, Georgetown 6 fouls. With 1 more foul, the teams are in the bonus. Georgetown 5 of 6 on free throws, Maryland 11 of 16. Here goes Lehman, lays it off. Trimble cuts to the basket and a foul. This is a very hard-hitting, physical game for both teams. And Jesse Govan had 3 points, but he also recorded his 3rd foul. And based on the level of physicality, it makes me almost think that it's football, not basketball being played. But still, we have to see. Trimble scores. 1 shot is good. And Hayes takes Govan out. And 1 shot left. That one's also good. And now it's a 4-point game again, just as it was before. So far, all of Maryland's points except 2 by Trimble have come by way of the free throw this half. Here comes Hayes. Leaves the ball off. And here's a cut to the basket. Layup. Attempt off the window, and it's bouncing around in players' hands, and Hayes lays it in. Hayes lays it in to make it a 6-point lead for Georgetown. Goes Carter, finds Trimble, finds Nickens. That was Suleiman for Trimble. And Georgetown with a 12-0 advantage on second chance points, and Lehman with a dunk. This is definitely a momentum-changing play, as Maryland now cuts the lead back to 4. Look at that screen, that stone set. That enabled Lehman to cut for a pass and Trimble to thread the needle to get it there. That by Dodd. That provided all the opportunity for Lehman to score on the dunk, and he was fouled. He missed the and one opportunity. So Georgetown are coming back on offense, cutting from left to right. Here's Hayes with possession. Passes it away to avoid the closely guarded count. Pass goes back to Hayes. Ball goes into the corner. Rotating and gyrating was Campbell, but he could not get that shot to go down. The Maryland deficit is now 4, 11:46 to go. Trimble finds Suleiman, to Lehman, to Nickens, back to Trimble, and Lehman picks it up, cuts to the basket, reverse finger roll, that one goes in. A hook shot in close quarters, and Jake Lehman has come on fire this half. Now with 7 points after missing his first 4 field goal attempts, but still, Georgetown now scores to make it a 4-point game. Bradley Hayes, the scorer this time. And Maryland needs better defense against the post, because that is how Georgetown has been getting points, by pounding the post and sending in players to get the rebounds. Here goes Trimble. Trimble cuts to the middle, and he's fouled. That's a hard foul, and Trimble will be getting 2 shots out of that. Now, both teams have been playing well, but it seems that neither team has been able to run away with this game, because as soon as a team does something that'll get them really hot, they do something stupid to counteract that. And that Georgetown foul was the latest instance of that. As I said earlier, Maryland really needs to improve on their inside defense, because that is how they're getting beat for points by the centers and forwards for Georgetown. And that's the reason why Georgetown has scored a lot of second chance points. Still, Trimble has 13. Make it 14 with this free throw. With another made free throw, the lead will go down to 2, which it does. Georgetown leading Maryland by 2. A little over 10.5 to go from the Xfinity Center in College Park, Maryland. Pass goes to Copeland. Copeland for 3. He misses. Derrickson finds Copeland. Copeland back for Derrickson. Derrickson launches a 3-pointer. This one is good. And now Georgetown with a 5-point advantage. And Derrickson has had 3 out of 5 3-point attempts. And Georgetown having the better of Maryland. 6 of 16 versus 3 of 13 as that 3-point attempt by Maryland goes all right. And there's a foul. And Carter was the victim. And that's a shot by Derrickson. He was contested, but he was able to get a good jump, good release, good spin, and the ball went in. 5. And that's why Georgetown now leads by 5 after having their lead trimmed to 2 by the Trimble free throws. Now Carter will be taking the free throws in this bonus situation. And he misses the front end of that 1-and-1. Pass goes into the wing. Picked up by Copeland. Copeland to number 12. Finds Derrickson. Derrickson finds Hayes. Hayes trying to pivot, but that one is taken away. Here comes Suleiman down the right hand side. Who's he going to go to? He finds Lehman. Lehman in 2-point land. Finds Nickens. Nickens back for Suleiman. Back to Lehman. Lehman from 3-point land. He's good! He hits the shot! It's a 2-point game again with 9:30 to go. And Jake Lehman, he finally hits a 3-pointer. And this is in a crucial situation for the Terrapins. Now they have to have a defensive stop against Derrickson and company. Derrickson being matched up against Carter. Tchaikovsky also in the post. And that hook shot misses and tipped out of bounds, going Maryland's way. And this is a big break for Maryland, because if Georgetown had gotten that, that would have been devastating. Still, Tchaikovsky prevents the shot getting off, and Georgetown is forced to have a worse chance. Just over 9 minutes to go. Georgetown leading Maryland 53-51. Here comes Trimble. Cuts to his left. 3-point shot. Off the mark. Well, that was a sterling chance for Maryland to get the lead. They just could not convert. Here comes Smith-Rivera. Smith-Rivera with a pass off to his left. He finds Bradley. Hayes against Tchaikovsky, and Hayes makes the layup. Now it's a 4-point game again. Trimble in the center circle finds Nickens. Nickens has Carter. Carter backing his man down into the post. Looks to be double teamed. That one is blocked. Trimble, pass, shot, and that's a score! 3-pointer by Nickens, and now it's a 1-point game. A little over 8 minutes to go. Terrapins settle back into what appears to be a zone defense. Previously they'd played man. And here's a drive to the basket. Tchaikovsky with a block. And Maryland now will tip it out of the zone. And there's a timeout called. As there may have been a foul as well on the play. Now we have a studio update from Kansas, Michigan State. As Kansas leads 17-13 in the first half. Nebraska-Villanova finishes with Villanova winning 87-63. And Kansas has had 11 consecutive conference titles. The streak is second longest, and the longest active streak being matched and beaten only by the 13-year streak by UCLA in the 60s and 70s. Excuse me, that foul was not on Georgetown, that foul was on Maryland. As that shot goes in. And here comes the second shot. Smith-Rivera makes that go down. And this game is back to a 3-point difference. 7:50 to go. Georgetown still with a superior field goal percentage, but Maryland better on the free throws. And Trimble goes up and he's fouled. There's no shot. Apparently he dribbled. Apparently he took a dribble. That's why he was not credited with continuous motion. Still, it's 7:45 to go in. in the second half. And Trimble will be getting the double bonus. First shot misses. And now Jesse Govan coming back into the game to substitute out Bradley Hayes. Percentage-wise, Georgetown is better, but Maryland has had more attempts and made more attempts as Trimble misses. Derrickson picks up the loose change. Smith Rivera finds Derrickson. And there are 3 players with at least 3 fouls. Smith, Rivera, and Hayes both have 4, so they'll have to play very carefully. As Copeland finds a man, this one misses. And Nickens involved in a held ball situation as that one is put in. Copeland makes the shot, and now it's a 5-point game again. 7:14 to go. Here goes Nickens. Nickens to Suleiman. Suleiman tries to cut for the inside. Pass outside. Goes back up for Trimble. Trimble looks to make the layup. And that's a foul. It appeared that Derrickson was not in a legal guarding. It appeared that Derrickson was not in a legal guarding position. But this call will still be going against Maryland. I don't know what the officials were looking at, but he was not lined up legally, and Turgeon is rightfully angry. So this is a big break for Georgetown. That one is tipped aside. Still Georgetown retained possession, keep it in the zone. Here's Derrickson. Derrickson looking to break down his man, which is Carter. Pass goes up. Lehman contesting the 3-point attempt. That one is missed. Georgetown recovers the rebound. And bang! What in the world was that? That one looked like a train wreck. As Peak and Lehman collided. And Lehman guilty of 4 fouls. This is definitely not what Turgeon wants if he wants his guys to have a chance at the end of the half. Now it's going to be Peak taking shots, and Georgetown has the advantage on rebounds with 9 more than Maryland and also second chance points. This might ultimately decide the game if Maryland cannot get inside and reassert themselves on the glass. And that front end of the 1-on-1 misses, so no harm done as Rashid Suleiman picks up the rebound, finds Trimble. Carter alone on the backside. Receives the pass from Trimble. Rotates the ball back for Suleiman. Nickens. And a shot that proceeds from Stone misses. And Georgetown will take possession. Ball went out of bounds. And Turgeon is still not happy with the way his team has performed in the second half. It's now a 5-point Georgetown lead. A little over 6 minutes. Here's Derrickson. Derrickson tries to get by his man. And what is up with the elbows? Here's Govan. Govan feeds Copeland. Copeland along 2. That one is good. And Copeland with 13 points, 6 of 9 field goals. And now it's a 7-point lead for Georgetown as Maryland takes a timeout. Coach Turgeon really needed to have that timeout to get his team's momentum back, because something is not going right for the Terrapins. And now we will take another 20-second break for station identification on the WMUC radio network. And as this timeout ends with 5:41 remaining in the second half, Turgeon has made several adjustments. Let's see if what he says to his players works, and they can play a little more in sync, both on offense and defense, and make this game a little more interesting than it was. Maryland lining up in a stack on the throw-in play. Pass goes for Trimble. 5:40. Trimble leaves a pass back for Suleiman, back to Lehman, to Nickens, to Carter. Carter cuts to the basket, misses the shot. Here comes Devonta Smith-Rivera. Smith-Rivera advancing from left to right through the center circle. Here's a pass. And ball set up for Derrickson. Derrickson finds Peak for Derrickson. Shot is off, but a foul getting called against Georgetown this time. So Georgetown won't even get to exploit their offensive chance. And on next Friday, Wisconsin will take on Georgetown at 5 Eastern, and Duke will take on VCU at 7 Eastern for the 2K Classic at Madison Square Garden. And Maryland get possession back, down by 7, 5:12 to go. Smith, Rivera, Govan, and Hayes with 4 fouls. If one of them fouls out, it could be dangerous. And the ball gets deflected out of bounds. Trimble tried to drive to the basket, but he could not get a shot up. And here's Nickens. Nickens looking to pass against his opposite number. Gets it back to Trimble. Trimble finds his man to Suleiman. Lehman. Suleiman. Trimble for 3. That one misses. Georgetown takes possession. Here comes Devonta Smith-Rivera through the middle. Not many shots have been made, especially by Maryland this period. And that one is tipped away, a steal made. Here comes Lehman. Lehman finds Trimble, back for Lehman. Lehman trying to cut to the lane. He gets a layup. And a foul is being reported. Lehman hits the free throw. The layup didn't count because the foul happened before the shot. So Lehman's come on fire this second half after missing his first 4 shots of the game in the first half. He's hit 1 free throw. And he hits 2 free throws. And now it is a 5-point game. As Peak comes back on to spell Caleb Johnson. And here comes Smith-Rivera. Smith-Rivera leaves a pass, receives the ball back from the screen, and he tries to toss it up for a layup, but that one is unsuccessful. And here comes Trimble the other way. Trimble against Govan. Govan fouls! And this is his 5th foul of the game. And Trimble looks to be a little shaken up after colliding with a barrier. Govan knew he was beat, so he grabbed onto Trimble, and Copeland may have been involved at the end in pushing Trimble into the barrier. 4:11 to go. Trimble 15 points, 3 assists, 3 steals, and he'll get 2 shots here to bring this game a little bit closer. 1 goes in. .411. Let's see what Trimble can do if he makes this game a 3-point game, because it'll be a 1-score game now. And yes, he does. It's 61-58, 4:11 to go. On to Smith-Rivera. Brings the ball in, and maybe Georgetown might start playing a little slower, take up a little more shot clock. And Carter Jr. appears to have fouled. Because we saw him protesting, and now it's going to be Bradley Hayes shooting the free throws for his team. He has not had any free throw attempts this game. Last season he was 2 of 5. That one misses. Carter finds Trimble. Trimble sets up a teammate, and a three-point attempt is good. This game is within 1 point. 3:55 to go. Melo Trimble with the score. And he's had 10 points or more in 33 of 36 games with 19 tonight. And Dodd set the screen to get Trimble open. Trimble shot. Hayes was a little bit late. And Trimble was able to find the basket, no problems. And let's pause for station identification here on the WMUC radio network. And here's Gravis Vasquez. He now plays in the NBA. He was a point guard at Maryland from 2006 to 2010. And with 3:55 to go, Maryland has reduced a seemingly insurmountable 7-point lead to 1. And now Georgetown will have to play for their lives very carefully now. Maryland with a 7-point run in the last 33 seconds. That shot goes in. Now this game tied. This game was actually tied because it was credited as a 3. And Bradley Hayes helps Georgetown take the lead. 20 seconds. Georgetown has the possession arrow. So if there's any held balls, Georgetown will get it. Will get the ball. Goes Trimble. Trimble trying to cut to the basket, leaves a pass, and that floater goes in. Nickens ties the game up. 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Clock slowly winding down. Tick, 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 tick. Peek. And Smith Rivera. Smith Rivera looks for a shot. Ball being tied up on the floor. This one is tipped away. Suleiman tries to get it, but only ends up tipping it out of bounds. Still, 15 seconds on the shot clock. So if the Maryland defense can hold on for 15 seconds more, they will get possession. Georgetown has 3 timeouts. Maryland has 2. This is a tie game. Very, very important possession for Georgetown. And these next few possessions will be extremely critical for both teams. This might come down to the last shot. And that shot by Smith Rivera is blocked out of bounds. And Derrickson clearly unhappy that no foul was called. Well, 2:36 to go. Maryland will be receiving possession, and they do. Ball is brought in bounds. Trimble moving it up. And Maryland last season was 12-1 in games that were decided by 6 points or fewer. That's a very good record to have in close games. Pass goes to Lamont on the wing. He scores! And with just over 2 minutes to go, Maryland has a 3-point advantage, 66-63. And a 3-pointer this time by Georgetown. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang. They're not done yet. Smith Rivera scores the 3, takes the timeout, and you know what Georgetown says? You score, we score. They're going to keep making it a shootout and trading baskets. And Lamont has picked just the right time in the second half to get on fire. Smith Rivera, he's been consistently on this game. He keeps his team in it. This is a 30-second timeout, so both teams will return to the floor quickly. And this Maryland student section is really hyped up for the next few possessions. They hope that they can encourage their team enough to help them win the game. And Lamon with a throw in to Trimble. He has 15 points, all of them in the second half. Sets up Suleiman. Back for Nickens for Lamon. Carter. Spin move. Hook shot. Good. 150 to go. And now his 12th point makes it 68-66. Georgetown playing from behind. And Hayes looked to have been bumped in by his own man. Derrickson cuts to the hoop. There's a foul. Because it's on the shot, there will be 2 shots and an opportunity for Georgetown to tie the game. 1:34 to go. With 1:34 to go. Whoop. Whoop. Good shot. Carter with a legal spin move to the outside off his pivot foot. And that's how he scores. Marcus Derrickson, 11 points, 5 rebounds, including 2 field goals from downtown. And he gets another point there to make it 12 points of his own to match Carter's 12 points. And the other shot is good. Georgetown has tied this game up yet again, 68-68. 1 minute 30 seconds to go. This game might very well go into overtime. Trimble has possession, goes to the basket, cuts. Lamon, Suleiman, good! Suleiman scores! The shot is money! 1:15 to go. Maryland takes another lead, 71-68. Here goes a pass into Hayes. Hayes looks for Peak. And timeout called, this time by Georgetown. This is crucial for them because they need to set something up to tie this game up. 1 minute, 2 seconds to go. And Maryland, meanwhile, will be setting up their defense. And this student section has come out in full force to support their local team. Let's look at the left side of the set. It's been open. Hayes was able to get the shot, but no one was able to come off. So he had to dump it off to Peak, who wasn't in a very good position to do anything with 1:02 to go. And now it's 71-68 Terrapins. The way they play this possession on defense will help decide the game. So both teams have committed 10 fouls, so each team's going to be in the double bonus. Maryland has 2, Georgetown has 1. Georgetown has the possession arrow, so any situations involving a held ball, they will get to keep the ball. And Smith Rivera comes out onto the court here in crunch time. Let's see if they can get something going here in the Gavitt Tip-Off Marathon at the Xfinity Center in College Park, Maryland. Smith Rivera receives the throw in and instantly sends it back to Peak. Under a minute to go. Peak finds Hayes, 50 seconds. Drive to the basket. Smith Rivera passed it for Hayes. That one misses. And Stone picks up the rebound. Or was that Stone picks up the rebound? Here's Trimble. Trimble passes over to Suleiman. Maryland holding the ball, looking to bleed precious seconds off the shot clock and game clock, as Maryland will take a timeout. I believe that this is a strategic timeout because they will get the 13 seconds on the shot clock, and then the next possession will be played without the shot clock. And they'll figure out a plan to get a basket to put the game away. and then keep Georgetown from scoring in the remaining amount of time. And if the Terps can do that, they'll get a win. So it's just an 11-mile distance between Georgetown University and the University of Maryland. So both are very close to each other. This is a battle of the Beltway, a rivalry for the DC metro area supremacy. As both of these teams are historically very good. They're not from the same conference, but they can. So their matchups will be even more intense because they happen either to start the season or during postseason play. And seeing the reactions of these Maryland fans, you know why this game can be a good rivalry matchup. 26.3 seconds on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock, and Maryland will be set to inbound the ball. Note, there is no backcourt violations possible on a throw-in, so if Trimble were to go, or another player were to go to the backcourt to catch a throw-in, it would be entirely legal. Trimble trying to dribble away from his man. 5 seconds on the shot clock, cuts, shoots, off the rim. The rebound picked up by Maryland, and there was a foul. And you know it's a foul because the referee was raising his fist to stop the clock. Trimble missed the shot. Carter picked it up. Trimble tried to pick it up, and then he immediately was pushed. And that's a foul because there was a rebound and Trimble lost possession. So anytime there's contact with a possession consequence in a rebounding situation, the officials are very likely to call it a foul. Trimble 9 of 14 on free throws today, 86% last season. He makes it. Now it's a 4-point game. One more free throw and this game will be completely out of reach as Reggie Cameron checks into the game for Georgetown. Both teams have one timeout, 12.3 seconds to go. Trimble hoists up his second shot. That one goes in. 11, 10, the last 10 seconds of the game ticking down. Here comes Smith Rivera, 6 seconds. He shoots and he scores. That's a three-pointer with 4 seconds to go. Now Georgetown takes their last timeout to set up a defense and try to stop Maryland from scoring. If they can get a stop on Maryland, they have a chance to put up a quick shot to either tie the game or take the lead. And this basket by Smith Rivera is very big. And now Turgeon on the other sideline is thinking how to stop. He's thinking how to stop Georgetown from getting their objective done by trying to dribble out the clock and play keep away. And he'll probably put in his ace free throw shooters because a foul is very much possible. And it was called a three-pointer on the court, but it seems that Smith Rivera had his foot on the line, so I believe it'll be a 2. And if that is the case, then Georgetown will need a three-pointer to tie the game. And now we will have the official ruling. And that one's inbounded, and Trimble got immediately fouled with 3.9 to go. So the call on the field remains as a 3-point shot. And Trimble was fouled immediately. This is not an attempt to play the ball, so strictly speaking, the officials should call this an intentional foul and award 2 shots with the lane cleared. However, in this situation, the officials will probably assume that the defensive player was trying to play the ball, and so they'll just award shots according to the bonus situation. And because it's not 1-1, but instead a double bonus, Georgetown only has a chance at getting the rebound off the second shot. Trimble scores to make it a 3-point game, 74-71. Trimble scored 7 in the first half, 16 this half, and he makes it another point. 7 and 17, 24 on the game. It's 75-71, 3, 2, 1, a long 3-point bomb off the rim. Maryland wins 75-71. The Terrapins have defeated the Georgetown Hoyas, and now they improve to 2-0. In this edition of the Gavitt Tip-Off from College Park, Maryland at the Xfinity Center. This has been an exciting matchup from start to finish, with various runs on offense, great plays on defense, and it's been a very exciting showdown. So, from the Xfinity Center in College Park, Maryland, on behalf of the WMUC Radio Network, I'm Ilya Zhitomirsky saying so long.